Here is another question from one of our viewers. They were wondering why the treads on this are sticking so far out when this isn't normal. And I'm here to tell you that you can build the stairs like this if you want to. However, you're absolutely right. This is not going to be common. So most of the time, the treads are going to be set back a little bit. And that's usually going to look something like this, to where the front of the tread is back just a little bit from the top of the stringer instead of sticking out, obviously. And of course, this one here looks better. And this is the only way I've ever done it. And of course, for those of you looking for more information about building stairs with metal brackets, I do have a book called How to Build and Frame Stairs with Brackets. And I will put a link to our webpage to where you can get more information about the book in the video description comment area. Now, in order to center the tread and the bracket, or position the bracket where it needs to be, all you need to do is measure from the top of the stair stringer to the top front corner of the stair tread, and then do the same at the bottom corner and the bottom of the stringer. Or you can simply draw a couple of lines like this that would represent the front and the back, and then center the tread accordingly. And it's not going to be that big of a deal if you want to move the tread a little bit further forward or a little bit further backwards, just as long as the bracket is going to be able to connect to your wood stringer. And you could see where if you move this back far enough, this bottom bolt isn't going to do you much good. So there you have it, the most common method for building stairs like this, and the one I've used for a long time. However, it's not going to be a big deal, like I said, if you move everything forward because you like the design, or maybe you're looking for a little more structural strength, or maybe you're even using a smaller stringer. And don't forget that if you do something like this, that you might need to make changes to the bottom or the top of the stringer. And all we would have needed to do to have something like that happen would have been to remove a little bit more off of the top of the stringer. So again, the other parts of the stairway might need to be modified. Just make sure that when you are modifying these parts, that you don't create a trip hazard like this one. And trust me, I've seen these at the bottom and I've seen them at the top. Next up, let's try and figure out what they did in the first place to get the tread sticking out past the top of the stringer. And the only way I can figure it out is that they must have laid it out a little different, to where the line they were using for their tread or their riser might have represented the front of the tread, and of course that would be the vertical line, and the horizontal line might have represented the top of the tread. And then they would have just simply measured down to get the distance for the wood brackets or lumber that would have been used to support the treads. Another method that I have seen for this would be on a replacement stringer, to where they take the existing stringer and they just simply create another stringer by tracing over a new piece of lumber and then placing the stringer in place. And then starting with a level line, measuring up the height of the riser, leveling across, and then using these lines to represent the top or the bottom of the stair tread. And I'm not going to go into a lot of detail on all of that because I don't like those methods, because they often produce stairways like these that I also don't like. So again, personal preference, don't let me get carried away here, and you can do whatever you want to do. Now, any questions or comments about this, feel free to leave them in the video comment area and I will answer them as soon as possible. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure that you hit the thumbs up button.